Hey, it's Zack, and welcome back to the Minecraft Intermission Series, the series where I play Minecraft and ramble about things. This series is loved and adored by all, including Shame, who says, thumbs up. You know, I'm inclined to agree. It's the first time I've seen someone like the video by commenting their like, but I vibe with it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how I'm going to be doing this series, I'm going to be looking at your comments and taking your comments for topics and builds. So remember, you can comment down below what you'd like me to build next in this world. If I end up choosing your idea, your comment will be featured at the start of the build. Now, as you can see, we did spruce up the house a little bit. I made it look a little more, neat and homey. I also did just a little bit of off-camera mining. I did do a little bit of off-camera mining, not too much, not nothing crazy, just something to get us started. Now, on the topic of what exactly we're gonna do today, we do have a comment from A Ghosts, and it reads, "Yo, it's that one head admin on Moseman Gaming." that brings back memories. I'm surprised some of y'all are still here. It's great to know. But he says, first you should build a huge pyramid as the roof of the house and make a cool basement. Bonus, build a dirt shed next to the house. Oh, and my two questions for you would be, what other YouTubers do you watch nowadays? And what keeps you interested in gaming in general? Very good questions and an interesting build idea. I think I'll take you up on the basement idea. Maybe not the roof. Maybe not the roof. So for basement, man, because I do need a storage area. So I think that's what I'll make for a basement, is just like a storage area type thing. I'm gonna need cobble, definitely, and deep slate. I am short on all of those things. So that means I'm gonna have to do some mining. So about the YouTubers thing, when did I start watching YouTube? Because in my last video, I had explained that I started YouTube around 2011. 2011 was definitely like an interesting time in YouTube's history. It's enough to be legacy, but it's like I still kind of remember it, which makes me feel old. But when I was starting to watch YouTube, it was all like Minecraft videos. Nowadays, like the iPad kid, those kids watched Ninja. They probably, and I'm thinking, like, putting myself in their shoes, what would be their nostalgia? So I'm thinking like, yeah, Ninja, I guess any like Fortnite creator, but for me it was Minecraft. Minecraft was my nostalgia and still is. The very first Minecraft YouTuber I ever watched, when I was technically, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was technically an iPad kid. I had an Android tablet, like a $50 Android tablet. I have no idea when I got it or how. I would watch YouTube videos, like Minecraft videos on there, but there was one YouTuber in particular that caught my attention, and it was Mike Plays Minecraft. I don't know how I heard about him or how the algorithm had hooked me up with Mike Plays Minecraft, but he was a part of this gang called Laugh Games. He used a very nostalgic, catchy introduction song like I Do. I literally ripped it straight from his videos. He used Banana Pie Lord's Beyond the Winding Road as his intro song, and it holds such nostalgia that I use it for the Minecraft Intermission Series. He did something similar to what I'm doing, except he would play survival Minecraft with different textures, and people could suggest builds, but it was like the builds really didn't do anything. It was kind of just for play and for show. As a kid, watching the progression fascinated me. I haven't watched Mike Plays Minecraft in a while. That dude either removed or privated all of his Minecraft videos, and he now does, like, I think just guitar covers. He doesn't play Minecraft anymore, unfortunately. Recently, I had figured out what he does. I revisited his channel, and I was like, dude, you're not gonna believe this, but you were like a big part of my childhood. He was like my channel size. And just to know that I was a kid and he was a big part of that would be weird to me. Like, to think that it's not a strong possibility, but the possibility is there that some kid is watching me right now, and like this is gonna be their nostalgia, and I'm gonna be like in my 30s and get YouTube comments like, "Oh, I remember when I was like 12, I watched you. You're a big part of my childhood." That's to me, that's an insane concept to think about. I don't know how I'd react. I'd be happy. It seems so far-fetched, and I'm sure it was the same for him as well. Like, how was I a part of a kid's life? Like, that's insane. Like, man, I'm gonna become nostalgia for somebody someday. That makes me feel old. But yeah, on to like the big profile, the high profile YouTubers. Sky Does Minecraft. Like that was my go-to. Especially like his epic jump map videos. Do y'all remember that, man? Sky Does Minecraft's epic jump maps with Bodil 40. Dude, I remember that. And then that's how I got introduced to Bodil 40. When I first watched his channel when he wasn't doing Fortnite stuff, he was the Minecraft epic jump map creator. That's what everyone knew him by. And then he like started taking YouTube a little more seriously. And then he morphed into like a Fortnite YouTuber, and that's when I stopped watching. I don't know, ever since he started doing the Fortnite stuff, I was like, I never got into Fortnite. Even when it first released, they didn't even release Battle Royale yet. I was playing Fortnite when it was still like just like what it was intended. Fortnite just never appealed to me. You know why? I know why. It is because of the building aspect. I was like, it plays too much like Minecraft UHC, and I was not about it. Because I never liked UHC. It was popular as a game mode, you know, back in the glory days of Minecraft servers and such. I tried playing it. I'm like, this is too complicated. I just want to like play survival games. Speaking of survival games, my first upload was just like an update video of like, Zack, where you been? And this was back when I was Zack Plays MC. I built my initial persona, and you can hear it in my voice. I built it entirely off of Bayesian Canadian and Sunday. Like, hey, what's going on, dudes? Zack here. Cringe, dude. But that, you know, when you're a sponge, right? When you're a kid and you're just a sponge, you're trying to find yourself, right? And you're trying to figure out what works for you. And you're not trying to completely copy them. But when you're a kid, yeah, you kind of completely copy them. And Bayesian Canadian, I loved when he played with ASF Jerome. Some of y'all OGs might remember Betty with the diamond axe and such. When they were, dude, that was like peak. And it's not often, but they would find the diamond axe every now and again, and it was better than a diamond sword. Like, they found a diamond sword, it's whatever, but they find Betty, oh, it's over, dog. They're winning that. And these guys, they were the pioneers. All right, I can't begin to explain to you. Team Crafted walked so other content creator houses could fly. And even then, a lot of content creator houses and mergers, they just don't work. The reason they don't work is because each creator has their own personality, where like if they lived in a content creator house, that would get draining. And they have such different personalities just because they share similar like YouTube paths and like gaming and just content creation in general does not mean that they're gonna live together well. You know what I mean? And that's where like Team Crafted went wrong. Trust me, Team Crafted was in over their heads, but it was so ambitious that as a concept it worked, and then other people, other corporations could build off of that. Even now, it's difficult to make it work. You know, these people are individuals and things happen. Drama happens. The unexpected needs to be accounted for, which sucks because you can't really account for that. I remember when Team Crafted first formed and they did their first vlog, it felt so real and like, oh, these people are like real celebrities. They're not just niche micro celebrities anymore. They felt like celebrities, they dressed like celebrities, they did the whole shebang. And that's what it felt like for a while. And I don't know how they fell off. The group just kind of split into their own directions because they had their own artistic directions they wanted to go. Yeah, but those were like my OGs. Those were the day ones. So Sky Does Minecraft, Sunday, Bayesian Canadian. I tried watching a little bit of Jerome. I just could never get into it. We had Trumu, Husky Mudkips. Oh my goodness, dude. The actual OGs. Man, back in the day too, Tobuscus. Oh my gosh, dude. Tobuscus Adventures! Like, oh my... His animations were so crazy. It had that Newgrounds feel, you know? You could tell, like, Newgrounds was influencing YouTube a lot, just by those animations alone. The Tobuscus situation as well. I'm, again, not gonna act like I know everything, but I hear that a lot of it was untrue. But unfortunately, like, the damage had already been done and he was just like in shambles. Nowadays, he still uploads. It's just not like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? He's not, I'd give Tobuscus the neutral ending. He's changed, he's survived, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? As for like current YouTube personas, I wouldn't say I fit neatly into any one single category, and that's how I've always been. You can't really put me in a box, but you can see the inspiration of other YouTubers rub off on me. Especially like before I really became a born-again Christian, I was headed in the directions of like misfits. Like just misfits level of I do not care. I will say what I want, etc., etc. Needless to say, that direction is a destructive path. I'm not saying the Misfits direction in general was a destructive path, but it's unstable. There's gotta be a limit somewhere. And you can be that person, you know? You can dance around terrible jokes and still get away with it. Prime example, J Schlatt. You can dance around it, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm definitely not perfect. It's unfortunate because I still find really dark humor very funny, and it's only because it's been a part of my life for so long. Dark humor has become a part of me, even though I know like I'm not being serious. It's hard to shake. Like once you find something funny, you're like, well, that's funny. You know, it's kind of hard to rewire your brain, but I'm being a little more sensitive to it. Apart from Misfits though, I have a lot of Franz J in me, I think, in terms of humor and chaos. I love a Franz J video whenever I see it, you know? It's the controlled chaos and the finesse that really sucks me into a Franz J video, and I like it. At least in my early days of YouTube, starting out as Zactivity, I had a good bit of Markiplier influence, and that was mainly because where a good chunk of my subscribers actually came from was SCP videos, and that's why like my highest view count for videos on this channel are SCP related for the most part. You'll see like some Counter-Strike videos and maybe Tarkov in there have high view counts. I don't consider those legitimate. I didn't buy the views, but I bought ads on Google AdSense to push my videos out to a wider audience more, and let's be real, they watched maybe like 5 seconds and clicked off. And then I realized, oh, hey, you know, it's not all about the views. It's about the community you built around your videos. And so I stopped paying for ads. But those SCP videos, the recent ones especially, those are legit. That is the YouTube algorithm pushing that video out to thousands of people, which honestly just tells me that my channel is just foundationally SCP. Because I had branched away from it. You saw that comment on Moseman Gaming. That was actually from SCP Secret Laboratory. I used to be I used to be a head admin on Mostman Gaming, which was a very popular SCP server. And this was like when the game was pretty early. I played Secret Lab when it wasn't even playable. When it was still like an alpha. One of the first updates that rolled out, it's like, oh, you can play as SCP-173 and you can play as a D class. And that was it. I don't even think the kill mechanic was in there yet. It was just like, hey, you can spawn in as 173 in a D class, and that's it. But Moseman, cool dude. I talk to him still on and off. He's not really on games anymore, or at least not associated with SCP as much. But I'm getting way sidetracked. Let's step back a bit. YouTube personas, like what my YouTube persona is now built off of. I can attribute it to like 4 main channels, and those channels are Anomaly, Call Me Carson, Soviet Womble, and Fitz. Those are the channels I watched during like my infancy as Zactivity. And even now, like there's still remnants of like their inspiration on me. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna smelt some of this cobble. I want stone walls. But while that's cooking, Call Me Carson and Anomaly are the 2 main people I watch on a consistent basis, apart from like Franz J. Anomaly, like I love his Counter-Strike videos. That's where I get a lot of my Counter-Strike inspiration, apart from Franz J. You can kind of see the influence. With Call Me Carson, it's definitely like variety games. So any other game is more like not brain dead. I don't mean to call Me Carson brain dead, but it's like I watch his videos so I don't have to think, and just to be a nuisance. Like Carson's whole thing is to be a nuisance, and it's awesome. And the best part, it's at the expense of everyone else. But apart from like those YouTubers, because Anomaly and Call Me Carson, they don't have consistent upload schedules, and I mean I can't blame them, but you know, I need a fix somewhere, you know what I mean? So apart from them, Professor, Offline TV, although they don't really upload too much anymore. I sometimes watch Jay Schlatt if he uploads, and I also watch Queso quite a bit. I don't really think I have a YouTuber where like if they upload, I'm on. I used to. There used to be a handful of YouTubers where I'm like, oh, if they upload, I'm there, bro. And that's not to say anything about their quality of content. So I guess you could say like my sort of style of who I'm watching is kind of all over the place, really. I'm really struggling to figure this out. Should I? I'm not much of a builder. I know, Ghost, you wanted me to make like a cool basement. Cool's subjective, alright? Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. I don't know how good it is, but hear me out. I want to put glowstone here, and then I'm gonna put leaves right here. So it's like you know, it lightens up this place a little bit, and it's kind of like a design that just leads neatly into the basement. I like that. Good thinking, Zach. Thanks, Zach. Just one problem, Zach. You don't have obsidian.
I'm seeing a lack of a nether portal.
Well, looks like I have a secondary task. Anyways, can I not get sidetracked for like 5 minutes? That'd be great. YouTubers. Let's just start with one for now. Leaflet and Asari. Leaflet and Asari, she is a VTuber who basically runs everything with her mom. Leaflet is the main person that like does the thing. It's hardly ever Asari, but she's still a part of it, which is wholesome. They are a VTuber duo, and they talk about politics. If I remember right, she never used to talk about politics. As a matter of fact, she was kind of keen to not do that because people kept saying, oh, don't voice your opinion, you'll get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And my mom says the same thing. Like, she's like, you know, don't go voicing your opinion, it could get you in trouble. And high key, no. And that's exactly like the kind of conclusion Leaflet came to as well. If we have opinions, we should At the very least, talk it out. You know what I mean? Put our opinions on the table. We're open to discussion, open to have our hearts and minds changed. But the idea that we just shouldn't voice our opinions out of fear of reprisal is dumb. Like, that's no way to be a civilized country. Is how are we gonna come to actually good conclusions if we just are afraid to talk about everything or anything? It's strange. I feel like we should be able to do that. Something I like about Leaflet in particular, she's very pragmatic. She exercises critical thinking. Is like, is this decision good? Is the thing being said right now actually true? How applicable is it? Like she exercises a lot of like good judgment. By and large, I agree with her on a lot of things. Although there are a couple things I'm like, I like to think that most people know that some of the things being said is just dumb. I like to think people are, by and large, they have critical thinking skills. Do we need to address that what's being said right now is dumb? But I like to think that most people have the critical thinking ability to passively just understand that this isn't right, let's move on. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times I've watched like some of the same things over and over again. I genuinely like think about it, like who in their right mind would side with this? That's not to say Democrat versus Republican. That's to say, like, man, do I even want to open this can of worms? We'd be here forever. So anytime like something current event happens and she has an opinion on it, I'm usually of the assumption that she's gonna have a pretty base take on whatever's about to be said. It's very rare, but sometimes I'll be like, Leaflet, maybe not that, you know, maybe instead this, right? Am I making any sense at all, or am I just talking out like, all right, moving on. I wanted to see if there were any other Christian VTubers, and I stumbled upon this Christian VTuber Celestium. She makes actually really nice content. A lot of her things that she says, especially about Christianity, a lot of things she says biblically sound. Although I don't really watch much of her videos. They're not really because she mainly just goes live and uploads short form, which I'm neither. I don't really watch people live. I don't apart from okay, there is this one YouTuber. I don't understand how I got wrapped up in this or why her content is engaging at all. It might be because she's more audience-centric, she's more people-centric. It's like she knows she has an audience and she pays attention to them. And so that's probably why. But there's this small YouTube animator, Chisarin. She's made like Iron Mouse and Sea Dog VA animations. But she does like live streams playing games and stuff, and I'll watch those. But I never watch anyone else when they're live. I don't know why. Short form and live videos are not my thing usually. I'm more of a 10 to 20 minute YouTube video kind of watcher. Does that mean I'm old? Like most of this Minecraft videos so far has just been me figuring out I'm old. And that's not even to dog on like YouTube Shorts or anything. I've just never expanded into that category. I've expanded into like live streaming, and that's cool. I just don't like it. When I go live, I'm awkward. I don't really know what to say. Most of the time, I just treat it like a regular YouTube video. I'm like, is anyone even here listening? You know what I mean? There's maybe like 2 people at a time, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. But I just don't go live like that. Would y'all like me to go live sometime? Like if I made this Minecraft series and it was live instead. I wonder. Let me know if y'all would actually watch me if I was live. Let me know. I might consider it at some point. I don't know. Do we want this nether portal embedded in my house? I'll keep it for now. Hey, guys, I'm gonna do the thing. Flint and steel. I haven't even seen the Minecraft movie. I've just seen the memes. I'm a fake. But yeah, other YouTubers I watch, Poofesher, and that's mainly for his Tamagotchi life videos. Dude, I love those. He's just a funny guy in general. His nostalgia videos are nuts. And dude played, I think, 10 Pin Alley. When he made that video of 10 Pin Alley, my jaw actually like hit the floor. Because I was thinking of doing that because no one else on YouTube has ever made a YouTube video about 10 Pin Alley. Apart from maybe one other person. And even then, it's like no commentary, just playthrough. That game is just like, you dig that out the yard sale, bro. The 10 Pin Alley. No one goes out of their way to GameStop and buys 10 Pin Alley. But yeah, who else, man? I watched OTV. I watched OTV as soon as like Michael Reeves joined. That was like their best decision. So whenever they upload, I usually watch. I haven't watched their K-pop one though, because I'm not interested in K-pop. Admittedly, I'm a selective viewer, but they do variety. So it's like, of course, some content is bound to be like, yeah, I don't jive with this one. Jay Schlatt is another good one. He's definitely built this persona that just resonates, and I like it. He's also invested more into the weekly slap, and it just emphasizes how down to earth he really is. Because he likes helping people. It's like, I was in that situation once, or like, hey, I might have the answer to this, and I want to help you. And I think that's really admirable, and I think more people should do that. And Queso, I watch mainly Queso clips, just cause he's a funny dude. Cause I know with like the fat jokes, it's taken in stride, and it's like that's the whole reason why he's critically acclaimed, is because people just make fun of his weight. Everyone that's in on it knows it's a joke. For the most part, everyone knows like, hey, this is like, we're not being serious. This is just a joke. He was able to really make something out of that. He was able to take the jokes and just build off of it like he's taking it super seriously. And a lot of the times he'll like crack at some of the jokes because they're so good. He's like, yo, what are we doing, man? But as for like other Christian YouTubers, the ones that come to mind are I'm Beggar, Impact Video Ministries, Daily Disciple, and Young Don. I don't know what happened to Young Don. I saw videos that he fell out of Christianity, but I'm not certain. I haven't done too much digging into that, but I do hope he's doing well though. I hope he's doing very well. I want to make this basement because Ghosts specifically stated he wanted a cool basement. So I want to do that. I want to make this a cool basement. I'm thinking spacious with lots of chests with a fountain in the middle, and it's gonna be nice. But apart from like Christian YouTubers, I really love animation YouTubers. Now I've said it before in my last Minecraft video, but people who draw and animate, you can tell how passionate they are just by looking at their style of content. And it's nice to see, but it's also difficult. Like a lot of these people, they want to make a living off of it, and that's just like, that's near impossible, man. Especially with the way YouTube demands that you upload on a consistent basis. Like there's hardly any room to do that as an animator without hiring specific people out. Like you get to like Jaden Animations level of I'm too big to fail, I have a lot of money. You know what I mean, right? I have the ability to hire people out. I can generate more income from this, and it's what I love doing. And it's really amazing to see like YouTubers, especially YouTubers you love, succeeding. Like you wish that for anybody. For anybody who's really like passionate about something, you want to see them flourish and succeed. And so when it does happen, it's very rewarding to watch. Oh, you know what? There's another YouTuber I haven't even talked about. Y'all might give me some weird glances for this one. Do y'all know Afmao? Afmao nowadays, I see where she's going. She's for sure like become the businesswoman, right? She made a Minecraft series that I loved. She's made a few, but there's one in particular that sticks out to me, and that's My Street. My Street is like Twilight. Either it's gonna develop a cult following or you're gonna hate its guts from the ground up. And for me, it's developed more of a cult following in my view, because I can't even begin to tell you the excitement, the sheer excitement I felt when she finally announced My Street Season 7. Because we left off on such a cliffhanger that I was genuinely upset. The fact that we've heard nothing for like several years, a lot of people had lost hope, but the fact she kept uploading videos, and granted, it's targeted towards a specific audience now. The fact she kept uploading kept giving me hope that, she hasn't, there's no way she's forgotten. It's just a matter of actually getting the things done. Like, it's a huge project. It's probably going to take a lot longer than expected. Hey, IRL Zack here. I didn't figure this out until recently, but there's gonna be 2 seasons. There's gonna be 2 seasons. Here's something, I didn't say it, and I wish I said it. I wish I would have predicted it, like, openly. But I did predict it in my mind. I was like, what if My Street Season 7 is entirely animated? And that's why it's taking forever. And guess what was announced? My Street Season 7 fully animated. Imagine that. Which just made my jaw drop even more. I'm like, I predicted it. I predicted it. And I said nothing. What a surprise, man. I was so happy when I heard about that. I'm like, not only was this so worth the wait, but we're getting a fully animated series. There's still stories to be told. How is Aaron gonna recover his memories? Right? Whatever happened to these side characters that are pieces of crap? You know what I mean? Like, we know, Ian was alive, but he died. We know certain things, but like, there's so much more to the story. Like the involvement of the parents as well. Like, as soon as My Street Season 7 releases, I gotta rewatch everything. Every single episode, every single series, just to get a refresh, because it's been so long. Needless to say, I can hardly wait. I am very excited to see what comes of this. But like, I'm geeking out over a Minecraft roleplay series. So it's like, yeah, of course, it's maybe for my age, it's a little cringe. But does it look like I care? Does it look like I care? We're getting a My Street Season 7. That's all I could ask for, baby. On the topic of YouTubers, this is going to be like my closing statement for YouTubers. People developing parasocial relationships with YouTubers, to me, that's weird. And I only say that because it's like, you don't really truly have a connection with this person. You just know the kind of persona they put out there. You don't know what they're like when the cameras turn off. You don't know, they might have other intricacies that make them a person, but you're just gonna take everything at face value. And I'm specifically talking about the parasocial relationships where people are convinced they know everything about a person just by what they put online. They're convinced that, I bought all your merch, I watch all your videos, like, you're my childhood, blah, blah, blah. And then they proceed to act like they know everything about that person. Like, sure, you're a fan, and that's fine to be a fan. I'm not saying that's wrong. But I am saying it's wrong to act like you're friends with this person on a deeper level than reality would suggest. But I think people have begun to accept it as like a satisfactory replacement for making real friends. That's dangerous, man. That can get dangerous very fast and very unhealthy. I would encourage people like that develop, quote, parasocial relationships. I would encourage you to get offline a little bit. Just go actually build relationships in real life. There are a lot of people that you just don't consider in your day-to-day, you know, people at your workplace, or like if you don't work in person, you certainly go to places, you like go to coffee shops, or you know, if you order everything online and you don't really go to places anymore, maybe switch it up a little bit. Maybe trade convenience for what you know to be good and true. We expect everything all the time. And we've developed a culture around that of like instant gratification and like, I want this now. And if I could make this easier and more efficient, then why wouldn't I do it? Well, because it comes with some trade-offs. By buying everything online and instead replacing real relationships with parasocial ones, you're not really building deep connections with anybody. It's all a ruse. It's all fake. And I'm a big advocate for rejecting the things that are fake and embracing what is reality. That can be very difficult, because especially when that comes with its own hardships. It is far too easy to start developing attachments to people that you really don't know. You feel like you can become good friends, but are you? There's so many numbers in front of them that it seems impossible to reach out to them when millions of people are doing the same. And so some people, they use donations as that voice, as to like get them out there and separate themselves from the crowd, because they know that's what gets prioritized, is like, oh, you donated to me and you have something to say, thank you, I'll even read it then and there. And that's how some people, again, we're talking extremes here. That's how some people will develop parasocial relationships and think like, oh, it's the real deal. No, dude, you're just giving money to a streamer, right? They don't know you. They don't know you personally. But I think it's something that is too easily accepted in our culture, and I think we need to fight back against it, because it's gonna get bad, dude. If we keep allowing people to think that parasocial relationships are fine, it's gonna get worse and it's gonna get bad, and we shouldn't be condoning it. You need to develop real relationships on the outside, no matter how hard it is. Even if you're not a people person, even if you're an introvert, even if people scare you. I couldn't tell you exactly how, but even you know you have to. You have to try. Just grit your teeth and like figure it out. Like trial by fire is the best way to do it, to be honest. That's how I did it. I failed a lot. But anything to break free, you know what I mean? And I'm still learning this. Is like, some people you're just not gonna vibe with. And some people just aren't gonna vibe with you. And that's not an attack on your personal being. It just means that, you know, you're not compatible as friends. You know, relating it back to like Professor and Tamagotchi life. Sometimes when the Tamagotchis get to chatting and those question marks start appearing and the conversation just ends, and it's like, that didn't quite click like that. And that's all it is. Some things just don't click for certain people. I know I don't want to be friends with all y'all. Some of y'all I just don't vibe with. And it's not anything personal. It's not because I hate you. It's just like, it's a personal thing. We just don't vibe, and that's perfectly okay. But I would used to take that so personally. I'd take that as an attack on my character, and that's just not what it is at all. It's just a lack of vibage. Now I know no one asked, but that's my life advice for y'all. Is it me, or am I hungry right now, man? I haven't had anything to eat today. What the heck? What time is it? It's like 4 p.m. I've had nothing to eat today. Hey, y'all, go eat something, man. It's literally 4. I've had coffee and that's it. People aren't all that scary. There's a lot of people as well that are just as awkward as you. Like, I've met them, man. I've met them, surprisingly. To my surprise, they exist. Nice. Hey, quit that. Was it cat? Yeah, let's bump that. Hold on. Bum, 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 bum. I'm starting to rack up a good bit of experience points, which I really want to get going on building an enchantment table, because I feel like that's going to help me out a lot, especially with these future builds. Oh my goodness, yeah. Do I even have the requisite leather to do so? I have 33. I I could. You know what? I could. The base of the dungeon is complete. I think I'll add like a chest area over here. I might add amenities over here and then an enchantment table area right here. I think that would be best because this is where I'm going to put like the, okay, let's get down to business type deal. Because up here, I want to be aesthetic. Obviously, this is not enough room to house everything I want. It's a little cramped, admittedly. But down here, oh man, the opportunities are endless. Oh wow, I have a package ready for pickup. Guess when I was sent that email? 3:45 p.m. Guess when they closed? 3 p.m. My goodness, your timing is impeccable. Y'all about to see some dream strats. You ready? Oh my gosh. I forgot I had another crafting table in there. Man, that was 0 IQ. Don't look at me, dude. You know, here I am trying to brainstorm how else I can answer like the YouTubers question. Because for the most part, I answered all that I could. But I totally forgot about like the second question that Ghosts had asked, which was like, what keeps you interested in gaming in general? And to be honest, how do I answer this question? Because gaming in general is a hobby. And with any interest, it has like its ups and downs. So what keeps me interested in gaming is nowadays, I actually don't enjoy playing games solo all that much. I used to. I used to love playing solo because I don't have to like talk to anybody. I can just be in my own lane. Nowadays, it's kind of boring. And I think this change in mindset shifted when I met Richard, actually. Because Richard and I vibed so much, it opened other doors and made me reevaluate like how I play games. Because most people, like when they play a game, a lot of times it's for escapism. It's to like remove yourself from whatever the current situation is, turn off your brain and unwind. I am the same way, but it's less heavy on the solo play, and now I actually like playing games with other people. Most of my people that I play with, like Richard for example, I'm in Japan. They're in America. We're on totally different time zones. And not to mention we have our own lives. You know, we don't just game all the time. You pose a very interesting question that I guess I never really thought about. What does keep me interested in gaming? I still have seasons where I like one game or I like another. I'm in a steady Minecraft season, and the only reason I am, the primary reason, is because of this series. If you were to say like 5 years ago, what makes you so interested in gaming? I'd probably say something along the lines of like, well, it's better than doing anything else. You know what I mean? Like it's fun and it brings me the most dopamine. So like, and I get to do it alone. So why shouldn't I be interested in gaming in general? But then you get into like the nitty gritty and you grow for a few years and you're like, there's more to life than gaming. And it's just become more of a hobby than it was my entire personality. But I suppose I could answer like, what keeps me interested? What locks me into gaming? It's a process for me to just unwind, relax, and just be in a virtual world and do this stuff. 'Cause some people would use it as escapism. Similarly, people use alcohol as escapism, right? But it's their way of unwinding, but it's to an unhealthy degree. That's what you need to be careful of, especially when gaming, is you can't use it as an escape, because then that's how addictions start. It's with anything. What keeps me interested in gaming is not only is it fun, but I'm not using it for escapism. I have built a life outside of gaming, where if I hadn't, this is all I do. And it's all I did do for a while. When I tell you, when Valorant first came out, that's all I ever did. I would just wake up, play Valorant, and go to sleep. All I was doing was eating crap food and then playing games all day. Like, that's what I did. That was my life. You gotta develop your life outside of the virtual world, because the virtual world is exactly that. It's virtual. It's not real. If you like games, there's nothing wrong with liking games. There's something wrong with only gaming. You know what I mean? If that's all you ever do, there's something wrong with that. So I say again, it's my way of enjoying me time. Sometimes I can enjoy me time with other people. With the Minecraft Intermission Series, it's with y'all, whether you like it or not. I mean, you could click off the video, although I'd advise you not to. I desperately need the watch time, so. Bada bing, bada boom. Got an enchanting table. And I got the bookshelves. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How do I want to do this? Whoa! 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 Get out of here! Get! No! No! Get out of here! You're gonna die! Leave! Alright, your funeral. There we go. Right as rain. It's not pretty, but it'll do for now. Silk touch? You've gotta be joking, man! Oh, no! 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 It's my only pickaxe, dog! Actually unlucky, oh my goodness. L enchant, honestly. That I would have loved it after I got more diamonds. That was the last of my... I used the last of my diamonds. Oh, brethren, I'm cooked. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Minecraft Intermission Series. Thank you all for watching. If you did like it, be sure to like it again and continue to like it. And maybe comment your like Shame did. Don't forget, give me your 2 cents on the topic of YouTubers, and be sure to leave a comment below for what you'd like me to talk about next, perhaps what you'd like me to build next. By the time I return, that basement is going to be looking fire. It's going to be looking nice. Ghosts, you won't be disappointed. I will see all of you in the next episode of the Minecraft Intermission Series. Take care.